Did you know that being in the right gear while trail riding can give you more control and it allows you to ride faster? For example, if you're riding in a gear too low, the engine RPM is going to be too high, and this makes the bike more jerky. And when the bike is jerky, it's rocking back and forth, and you don't have really good throttle control. This compresses and rebounds the suspension, which is also known as unsettling it. So when the suspension is rocking back and forth, it's a lot harder to have control, and because you have less traction. So if you're going around a corner and you give it gas in too low of a gear, it's going to want to accelerate and lift the front end up. And if you're still turning, this wants to slide the front end out. So if you were to shift up a gear and ride at a slightly lower RPM, this makes it easier to have smoother throttle control, and it won't upset the suspension because it won't rock back and forth as much. But on the flip side, if you're riding in a gear that's too high, it's going to be chugging, and you can hear the engine when it's chugging. And not only can you not accelerate as quickly, but this is a lot harder on the engine. You're trying to accelerate, and it puts a lot more stress on the internal engine parts. It can actually put more stress on the parts than if you were at a higher RPM. So to know what gear you're in is the right gear is if you're in the meat of the power, because when you're trail riding, which is usually mid-range RPM, and when you're trail riding, you don't need to be at a high RPM accelerating full throttle generally, unless you're on a straightaway or you're going up a really steep hill. So me, I'm generally in the mid-range RPM. So if I'm going about 15 miles an hour, which is an average trail speed in the woods, I'm probably going to be in third gear on this bike. So like 4,000 to 7,000 RPM. So if you're still unsure, well, next time you go to a trail that you're familiar with, try going a gear higher and see how that feels. Feel the chug of the engine. Don't do it too long, but then try going a gear lower than you're normally used to and feel that jerkiness, that snappy throttle, and it makes the suspension feel unsettling and you'll have less control. And speaking of control, my next video shows you how to have proper throttle control, even if you have a super powerful dirt bike. And this is one of the things that I teach in my virtual dirt biker school, which shows you how to be a confident trail rider in less time, even if you're busy or don't have a place to practice. So subscribe and check out that next video tomorrow or right here if it's already out. And then please share this with a friend that you want to help get started dirt biking safely and on a budget.